Hey, hi. Yeah, today I want to bring to you this news on the what you call um, the Section 301, which is a tariff action and exclusion processes. Um, and what happened was, as you know, there's been talks that China, U.S. has warned China that if they have um, they are seen or behind the scene, helping Russia to help them to either buy gas from them or buy energy, oil from them, or supply them with arms and all that. More sanctions would happen between the US or NATO and China trade. But actually, behind the scene, right? um, as you can see, this is a 1 day ago story. Section 301 of the Trades Act 1974, the U.S. beginning processes impose additional tariff on Chinese origin goods and establishing a process by which interested party could request for certain products excluded from the tariff. So it means that the U.S. wants to protect their industry, so they have these tariffs so that things that are imported from China are not excessively cheap, and then will make industries in US, like especially the manufacturing or the miners, are not being able to sell competitive at a competitive price. So they actually inflated the price. So this is the latest news that came out. The renew hundreds of Section 301 tariff exclusions for imports from China. So basically, this 301 tariff, which consists of 300 over items. Let me see, where can I find items? 352 products exclusion, which means that it'll be cheaper once it's imported to US. So they are actually quite important items. You can see they are items like industrial components such as pumps, electric motors, and certain car parts and chemicals. So um, actually, this would help the manufacturing industry as well in terms of the supply chain crisis, so that at the same time they are able to get things at a cheaper price. As you know, the freight charges, not yet the air freight. The air freight charges, I'm sure, has gone up as well. I'm not too sure, but the sea freight charges has gone up tremendously. Um, so this is something that would reduce the input cost for China, US companies. And I think this is actually a good thing for US companies looking forward. They actually meant it applies to items that was imported since October 12th last year. So if let's say it could be a miner, or it could be Intel manufacturer, or it could be Ford, wants to buy electric motors, they would have to be they are able to claim back the duty that they have paid for the quarter number 4 and first quarter of 2022. So and this is one of the ways which everyone has been talking about, how the US government can stop in or reduce or flatten the inflation curves. So actually, i.e., for example, increase bank interest rates, or um, you know, so that the demand by the consumers will be less, because you'll make uh, servicing housing loans or servicing your credit card debts and all that slightly more expensive. But it may not apply to the rich and the super wealthy people. They will still be buying, but for the mass market, it may affect a little. But of course, there are modern theories that say that increasing interest rates and the ability of interest rates increase and to reduce demand has these academic thoughts. The correlation has become less and less. So this is actually good news for um, the government. So yeah, so that's why I think this tariff thing is good for the what you call it, inflation, to dampen, to slow down inflation. At the same time, to that will help companies in US as well. So and ease supply chains and lower input costs. So yeah, thanks a lot. Just want to bring this news to you. I'll put those links of all the important news that came out, that you might think it helps. So U.S. restore waiver for some Chinese goods hit by tariffs. So that will also help China as well. But of course, the channel here is to talk about the benefits to U.S. companies and the U.S. economies. So this is yeah, worth taking a look at this one as well. The this is the China and US imports, or the tariff that they impose on each other. So as you can see, currently is the tariff, the percentage 110, and this 300 over goods would constitute around 20 over billion. So you will see this chart will drop, so it will become 80 over billion trades that will be subjected to tariff. So you can see agricultural products, antique clothes, kitchenware, footwear, so and yeah, and all that. So thank you, and please click a like and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content. Thank you very much.